Hello again, welcome to another Upgrade Your OET Vocabulary Quiz by Bose Learning. For those of you who've just joined us, my name is Sona and I'm an English teacher. My aim with these quizzes is to help healthcare professionals understand everyday idiomatic English that their patients may use with them. As I said, I'm an English teacher, not a healthcare professional, so all my information comes from the NHS website, and all I'm doing is picking out lovely everyday phrases that you may hear or use with your patients and focusing on pronunciation. So, my quiz for you this time round is this. What does couch to 5k mean? Couch to 5k. For those of you who've been following us, you'll know that at the moment we're focusing on health and New Year's resolutions and improving health generally. So you may have a little clue here. This is a couch, and by 5k, we're talking about a 5-kilometre run. And this is a scheme to try and encourage people who think that they can't run, that they can't do any exercise at all, to get up off their couches and gradually build up a 5k run. So how do you do that? Well, there is a lot of information out there on the websites. Again, I've just picked out the NHS website here. Let's look at what it is. They've given you a week-by-week description of a 9-week set of exercises to help your patients get from their couch, from sitting around at home doing nothing much, to running 5k, 5 kilometres. And what we've got here is a series of free to download podcasts that your patients can use. And what each podcast does is encourage your patients to run 3 runs a week. Okay, let's look at some interesting language and pronunciation then. This is a kind of information that is given to people who click on this program. They give you a breakdown. For example, week 1, for your 3 runs in week 1, you will begin with a brisk 5-minute walk and then alternate 1 minute of running and 1.5 minutes of walking for a total of 20 minutes. Interesting language here and pronunciation. Alternate for the pronunciation here, then alternate 1 minute of running and 1.5 minutes of walking. Another interesting word is brisk, with a brisk 5-minute walk. For your 3 runs in week 1, you will begin with a brisk 5-minute walk. What does brisk mean? Is a kind of walk which is not slow and casual. You're not going window shopping for a new pair of trousers, or you're not in the supermarket looking around gently and easily for some vegetables, for example. A brisk walk is when you're walking somewhere with purpose. Your heart rate is increased, but not to the point where you are out of breath. So you should still be able to carry on a conversation with someone, or even sing a song if you want to. So a brisk walk is a quick-paced walk that doesn't leave you out of breath. Then they go on to week 2, week 3, week 4, and obviously you can say that these runs are getting a little bit longer. So we have a brisk 5-minute walk, and then 1.5 minutes, and then 2 minutes of walking. So it increases, and then we have 3 minutes of running, and then you can see it's getting much harder here. And that carries on for the 9 weeks with detailed information and more exercise tips on the podcast. Let's look at some other interesting language then. Tips on progression. The program is designed for beginners to gradually build up their running ability. So that's a really nice expression. You want to encourage your patients to build up their ability. It's impossible. You can't go from doing no exercise to a 5-kilometre run overnight. No, not advisable, not motivational, and just not a good idea. So encourage your patients to build up their routine. The pace is how you progress, the rate at which you progress. And we know that this works. You can, however, repeat any one of the weeks until you feel physically ready to move on to the next week. So don't worry and tell your patients not to worry if it takes them longer than the 9 weeks to get to 5K. That's fine. They can stick at week 3 until they've built up enough strength to move on to week 4, for example. Structure is important for motivation, so try to allocate specific days of the week for your runs and stick to them. That's important. So, making sure you get that routine in place, encouraging your patients to get that routine and then stick to them. Don't change that around. Very importantly, rest days are critical. Having one between each week's runs will reduce your chance of injury and make you a stronger, better runner. Also, resting allows your joints to recover from high impact exercise and your running muscles to repair and strengthen. Muscles is one of those words I often hear mispronounced. That C is silent. Muscles. Okay, so it's not a hard C. Muscles. Resting your joints to recover from what is a high impact exercise and your running muscles to repair and strengthen. Strengthen. That's another often mispronounced word. Strengthen. Alternatively, you can do the strength and flex on your rest days. That's another program that you can find out about by clicking on the link on the website. And that's a 5-week plan designed to improve strength and flexibility. What else? Be careful and tell your patients to be aware of aches and pains. Some new runners starting the program experience calf pain or sore shins, sometimes known as shin splints. Such aches can be caused by running on hard surfaces or in running shoes that do not have enough foot and ankle support. How do you avoid this? Well, always do the 5-minute warm-up walks as instructed in the podcast before each run and check your running shoes are offering good support. For more information on preventing and treating injuries, there's a link there. And tell your patients that they will have good runs and bad runs. Accept it, it's just part of life. Don't spend too much time analysing the how and why. Don't get bogged down in that detail. Even a bad run is good for you because it's better than no exercise at all. Pronunciation then. Aches, shins, treating, and injuries. One more time. Aches, shins, treating, injuries. Okay, well, we hope you enjoyed this little insight into Couch to 5K. For those of you who are studying for your medicine OET tests, we have 2 on-demand courses available on Udemy. The information is available below, so if you click through using the links in the little box underneath, you will be able to get yourself a good deal. Thanks for watching, take care and see you again next time.